Hi, I'm Angela from Adair Cottage, a bed and breakfast in Kaupapa, Auckland, New Zealand. Today I would like to show you around. I'm thrilled to introduce to you Adair Cottage, our beautiful bed and breakfast that promises an unforgettable escape. If you're wanting a getaway that seamlessly blends cosy comfort with nature's splendor, then Adair Cottage is perfect for you. When you wake up, you can hear the birds and the ducks and the chickens, and we're set up in beautiful rolling hills and forestry. Adair Cottage is more than a place to stay. It's a sanctuary where you can disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with yourself and the world around you. Okay, let's go down and feed the ducks. Hope I don't slip. Because quite often I go for this side. There they all are. It's nuts. The chickens are hopefully going to stay in their little home. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, oh. Here you go, chickens. Really? Oh, check the eggs. Oh yeah, there's a couple. There's one. So I'm back inside now, and I will now feed the fish. See them all down the corner. Oh no, there's some over here. Hungry. If you look up here, you can actually see some clown eggs right in the corner there. I'm very proud of my fish tank because it takes a lot of work. And a typical breakfast is my homemade granola, fruit, yogurt, farm fresh eggs, tea and coffee and Milo. It's Angela here from Adair Cottage. For my guests, I make some homemade muesli. These are the ingredients that I use. It actually depends on what I've got in the fridge or the cupboard or whatever, and I sort of do all sorts of different things. So this time I've got craisins, which I know dried cranberries are really, really good for you, so that's why I got those. I quite often put raisins in because I do a toasted cereal, and these are raw natural nuts, which is a paleo. Oh no, that's not the paleo blend. Where's the paleo one? Well, maybe that is. Oh no, here you go. Here's the paleo mix, and these are some golden flax seeds and some chia seeds. I always try to put chia seeds in because I think they're really nice. I put some coconut, shredded coconut, some manuka honey I buy, and that's really good for when I toast it. It's really good to have some typically kiwi manuka honey. Some slivered almonds and some organic oats. So basically what I do is I'm going to mix this all together, and I'm going to put in some little dried ume plums, which see what they're like this time. Hopefully they're quite nice. I thought I'd put those in as well. And yeah, so that's all I do. I stick it all together. So we'll just take a pot, like I take a big oven dish, and I start by putting my, that's a timer for my cup of tea that I've made. Cheers! It's probably too hot, but usually I set my tea for 4 minutes, but I didn't know I actually put the timer on this time. But anyway, cheers! Oh, I didn't. My husband did. Cunny. Say hi, Cunny.
No.
He's very camera shy, but you will get to meet him, I'm sure, at some stage. Oh, that's nice. It's a cup of rooibos and chai tea, but it's a little bit hot. So let's start. Here's my creamy style organic oats. So I'm just going to whack some into my pot. Let's move all these out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to whack some in there. I usually make heaps because I make enough for us as well, and it lasts so well. So, okay, let's put some craisins in. And as I said before, I put anything, but the raisins and whatnot is actually quite nice to, they toast up really well, and as long as you don't burn them, because if they're burnt, nothing's nice burnt, is it? So, whack them in, and I just sort of play it by ear. Okay, so these are the golden flax seeds, whack them in, just a good old, you know. So nothing is actually really to measure, I just sort of chuck it all in what I've got. This paleo mix has got all natural and it's lower carb, so it's good. All of this actually is lower carb, it's all healthy for you. And so it's got macadamias in it, walnuts, mixed seeds, almonds, and organic coconut. So basically, because I like that, so I put a slather of that in there. Now, do I add some chia seeds? I haven't yet, have I? Oh gosh. They're quite hard. They're some of they're quite hard to open up. I haven't got much strength in my wrists. So good old chia seeds. Oh, this is going to look yum. And some coconut. This is my little stamp I bought over the weekend away with my sister. It's a little deer. So I like that, so I'm going to add it to some of the correspondence maybe, I'm not sure, but some shredded coconut, got the oats, oh, and some slivered almonds, and so a couple of weeks ago we had a Shiatsu Japanese massage and food science retreat in our house, and we had to have a little gift for everyone. And so I picked a lovely little gift from Amisha, who was there, and these are organic things that she made. So I actually just found them in the fridge when I was looking at them out. I think they're organic dates, and I think they've got some chocolate tip to them. Yeah, come and have one, Cunny. Come on. He's very funny, very camera shy. Oh, it's his cat, so I thought I'd have one. Oh, they're good. Thanks, Amisha. Yum. I actually didn't really want to share them on the Shiatsu retreat, so I hid them at the back of the fridge. Yum. Oh, wait. Honey has kindly, sorry. Honey has kindly told me that I've missed the raw nuts. Thank you, Honey. So these are all natural raw nuts, and they're macadamias, pistachios, walnuts, almonds, cashews, and Brazil nuts. So I put a good slab of those in there. So I always ask my guests what they would like for breakfast. Well, we provide farm fresh eggs from our chickens. That are minus some roosters now, because at the Shiatsu retreat we had chickens going off at, roosters going off at 2 in the morning, and no wonder poor old David, who ran the retreat, was bleary-eyed at the end of the 3 days. So I found our beautiful roosters, which are heritage roosters. I ended up asking the breeder if he wanted them back, the roosters, and so he was very glad to have the roosters, so he came and picked them up last week, and instead of having 3 roosters, we ended up having 5 roosters, so no wonder they were all going, I didn't know that, but no wonder they were all going nuts. And I'd only bought earplugs for my guests last week. The guests might not like the ducks making lots of noise in the morning, so they can use the earplugs that I will provide. Okay, so these are that were left from the Shiatsu retreat in food science, some Japanese plums, and they're dried, so I thought, oh well, let's give it a shot and put them in. So I'll just grab a knife and a board. I'll just grab a knife, sorry, I'm back, sorry. And I'll just, actually they've got, I don't need this, they've got a bit of a pip in the middle, so I'll just, probably can just squeeze them out, don't need them, just squeeze them out, and because I didn't know what else we were going to use them for, but, so I thought, oh yeah, might be quite nice in the toasted muesli, put those in, and, I know Japanese plum, or ume, which I've actually made some umeshu, which is Japanese wine. They're not sweet, so they're like astringent or sour thing that you make the Japanese wine. Okay, so now I've mixed those in. I'm going to put a good dollop of manuka honey, and I'm sure lots of everywhere around the world people know that New Zealand manuka honey is the best, and it's got lots of really good properties in it, healing properties for infections, and it's the original manuka honey people, and we can't have any hives on our property though, because I'm allergic to bees and wasps. So I think that's probably enough. Oh, and I thought I might just add a dollop of blackcurrant, like preserve or something like that. You could do a blackcurrant preserve, or anything actually. You could put just something that just helps sort of when the toasting is to bind it all together. So I just do it with my hands. I'm not going to stick it all into this big tray because it just takes longer to toast it all, and I'll just stick it into a few trays, and because it's quicker, because this is so deep, it just takes a lot longer to toast it. And and I want to keep an eye on it because obviously you don't want oh gosh, see, it's a little bit messy. Luckily I cleaned the bench beforehand as well. Okay, that's almost it's just so that it's all sort of mixed up, and the honey is you know, so it sort of binds it together, and I think it looks really yum. So the only thing I'm not 100% on is the Japanese plum, but I think it'll be fine. I actually think, I mean, that's what you use them for, use them in their cooking and that kind of thing. So this, just while I carry on binding it, this Shiatsu retreat that we had at our place was at our place in the dear cottage, was we were learning all about the Shiatsu, and I had no idea what Shiatsu was actually, but we went away down to Diamond Harbour, and Japanese friends of ours gave both Cuddy and I a Japanese massage, and oh my gosh, it was wonderful. It was pretty hard, like it was quite strong pressure on, but I really, really enjoyed it, and we felt so good after it. And so we decided to inquire about it, and we're learning, both Cuddy and I are learning, and it's great because we can learn on each other, and also David Clark, who has done a recipe book. He was one that did the retreat, but he also did food science, which is all about yin and yang and the right. We're still learning, so I don't really know much about it, but all about how things react to each other and what's good for your kidneys, and so you use it in conjunction with your the Shiatsu. Anyway, that's fine, I think. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Cunny, I'm going to put them all in some trays, put this all in, if you have a look you can see it there. I'm going to split it all up into some oven trays. I've now put it all into some trays, and I've spread it out fairly thinly so that when I put it in the oven, I keep an eye on it with the toasting sorry, I'm just a bit parched today. Yeah, so when I put it in the oven, I keep an eye on it, and once it's a nice sort of golden brown, I do a couple of stirs through it as I do it, and just keep an eye on it. Then, as I said before, I let it cool down. Once it's cold, I then put it into the airtight containers. Then I ask my guests in an email if they've got any food allergies, or if they've got any special breakfast requirements and whatnot. So obviously this granola would be no good for somebody with a nut allergy or seeds or something like that. So yeah, so that is my breakfast cereal. As I've been navigating my way around this YouTube vlogging, I have started off with doing some landscape videoing and some portrait videoing. So it may seem a little bit jumbled to you. However, I think from now on, I think we'll probably be doing most of our videoing in the landscape mode. Hope it's not too confusing for you. Thanks for watching the videoing. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you've enjoyed what you've seen. I look forward to taking you on this creative journey, and I hope that you enjoy the rural life and the projects that we're going to share with you. Thanks very much. We look forward to catching up with you next week.